What's going on, guys? Thank you for joining us for another video. Before we go ahead and get started with our image transfer tutorial, I just quickly want to announce to you guys that the course registration is finally live. You can go ahead and head to that first link in the description. There is very limited slots available. We couldn't be more excited for this course, guys. It's going to be unlike anything you've ever seen before. It's going to be 2 days. We are going to jam-pack as much information as humanly possible into 2 days so that you can learn everything you want to know about custom sneakers. We're going to be building this out for the next 2.5 months. We're really just trying to make this an incredible experience, unlike anything you've ever seen. So we're super excited. Thank you guys for watching that trailer that we posted on Wednesday. The feedback already has been absolutely insane. All of the calls, texts, DMs, emails, just you guys reaching out and saying what you think about it so far. We couldn't be more excited to finally announce that you can go ahead and sign up. Thank you guys for your continued support here on YouTube. Absolutely incredible. As always, we are just blown away by the feedback and support that we get from you guys. So thank you again. But for now, let's go ahead, cue that intro music, and get into today's video. What's going on, guys? Thank you for joining us for another video. Today, we're going to be walking you guys through the steps of what it takes in order to transfer any image onto your shoe. So what we're going to be doing in today's video is I'm going to be transferring a SpongeBob character onto a panel of these all-white Air Force Ones. The only tools that we're going to need to do this is a roll of tracing paper, a mechanical pencil, along with some Angelus paint to fill it all in. So this technique's really gonna come in handy anytime you're trying to transfer any type of logo, cartoon character, or any image in general without the use of any type of printer or stencil cutter, and you're still gonna be able to keep those proportions and really nail the look of the image. So now let's go ahead and get things started. So the first thing that we're gonna do is go ahead and load up our reference image right into the Photos app. Next, we're just going to rip off a sheet of our tracing paper. We're going to run our finger along the panel where we're going to be doing our artwork. Then you can start to visualize kind of where all the edges are for the panel. You can go ahead and trace those out if you want also. This is also the main reason why the tracing paper is going to work a little bit better than regular computer paper, because of how translucent it is. You can see directly through it. That's kind of its main purpose. If we go ahead and show you what this would look like if we tried using a regular sheet of computer paper, it's a lot harder to visualize where kind of any of the edges of the panels are. You can't see through it as much, and of course computer paper is going to be thicker than tracing paper. So that's kind of the main reason why this works best. So now what we're going to do is just trace out some general shapes for SpongeBob himself and just try to nail down the sizing that we're going to be going for once we actually go ahead and trace out the real image. You're not trying to be, very detailed here or anything. All you're trying to do is nail down the sizing that you want your character to be. So here's kind of the general sizing of the SpongeBob character and how big we want him to be amongst that little quarter panel in the back of the shoes. The next thing that we're gonna do is load up an app called Square Ready. This is easily going to let us size up our image exactly how big we need it to be. Once we pull our reference image directly into the app, we're gonna go ahead and place our tracing paper right over on top of it. And you'll see that my traced out image is a little bit smaller than the reference image. So you can see how this app works in that, we can pinch it down, make the image smaller. We can also zoom in to make the image bigger. And so what we're trying to accomplish is just getting the sizing right of our reference image in correlation to our traced out image. So we're gonna go ahead, place the tracing paper directly on top of it, and just go ahead and pinch until you find the proper sizing. So I'm pretty happy with how this looks. Now what we're gonna do is go ahead and scrap this piece of tracing paper. We're gonna grab a new one, but the most important step is we need to go ahead and mirror this image. So there's a little button here down in the corner where you can go ahead and mirror our image, and now it's backwards. So here's my technique for working with the new piece of tracing paper. You want it to be nice and big. I'm gonna go ahead and tuck it directly behind my phone and try to pull it from the sides as tight as possible so it's nice and locked in. After that, we're gonna go ahead, place it down. You're gonna go ahead and trace out all of the main aspects of the character, such as his body, his arms, his legs, his eyes, his mouth, and now you're gonna have a super easy map to follow once we actually get into the painting. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove our tracing paper from on top of our phone, and you can see we have our character nice and sketched out. The next step that we're gonna do is go ahead and retrace out this image. Try to apply a little bit more of the lead from your pencil. Basically what we're trying to do is darken up all of our lines so that it'll transfer easier. So now that we have our image sketched out exactly how we want it, we're ready to place it onto our Air Force. Right now, I'm working with the most ideal surface possible. I'm working with all white leather, and you might be wondering if you can do this on other surfaces, other colors, potentially on a black Air Force or on black suede or something like that. If you were to do that, you would want to use something a little bit stronger than just a mechanical pencil. Something like a graphite type pencil with some 6B type lead or something, just a really dark lead that you can place on here so that that image will really read across onto some of those darker materials. So I ripped off a little bit of the excess of our tracing paper. Now here we have our sketched out image. This is the side where all of the lead lies. If I go ahead and turn this around on the other side of the paper, there's no lead on there, but you can still really easily see the image. This is why tracing paper tends to work a little bit better than computer paper or something else along those lines. So now this is also why you guys will see we trace the image in reverse. Once we place it on our shoes with the lead side down, we can still really easily see where we're placing it and make sure that we get that correct. Now with our lead side down on the paper, I'm gonna go ahead and just sketch directly on top of the image, and what I'm doing is transferring all that lead that's on the other side of the transfer paper onto our shoes. Now we have our image traced out directly onto our shoes, and now's the fun part. We're gonna go ahead and paint all of this in. This is also a time where our toothpick method really comes in handy, so go ahead and give that a shot if you haven't already. Before I go ahead and do all of the actual outlines for the character, I'm gonna go ahead and just place it in that underwater setting and add a nice little background to this. Now our background's all set, now it's time for the fun part of doing our outline around the character. And for that, I'll also be using our toothpick again. You can also go ahead, just use a really tiny detail brush. Sometimes I'll also use an old airbrush needle. Whatever works best for you, makes you feel the most comfortable to really get those nice, precise lines. Alright, so now we have our outline all done. Our SpongeBob character is placed within this underwater setting. I'm probably going to go ahead and add a little bit more detail to the background before we go ahead and take some pictures of these, but these were done just for demo purposes today. This shoe wasn't even prepped or anything. The reason behind that is I just wanted all of the imagery and the line work when doing the tracing technique to really show up against that clean white leather background so you guys could see it on camera. And we just did this shoe just to show this tutorial today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. I tried to walk you guys through the steps of why the tracing paper works best rather than any other type of computer paper or something like that. You can still get the job done with that, but the tracing paper is gonna make your life so much easier. So go ahead, give this one a like if you haven't already. Make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you guys in that next video.